Luna isn't dead, she's a Forrester. The bold and the beautiful spoilers. Los Angeles had weathered scandals, betrayals, marriages that lasted 10 minutes, and resurrections that defied every medical law ever written. But nothing, absolutely nothing, sent a quake through the city like the breaking news that Luna Nozawa, presumed dead after a horrific accident, was actually alive. Whispers spread like wildfire. She's alive? How? Where has she been? What is RJ hiding? But the most explosive rumor of all, the one that sent Brooke clutching her pearls and Steffi pacing like a cornered tiger, was simple, unbelievable, and world-shattering. And suddenly, every marriage, every inheritance, every power struggle, every romance, and every secret in the Forrester family tree was about to get rewritten. Again. It started on a stormy Thursday night, the kind of night where B&B characters were supposed to stay home, sip wine, and stare dramatically into the fireplace while contemplating life. But Luna had other plans. Earlier that day, Luna and RJ had argued, an argument that would become the backbone of 1,000 fan theories. RJ had been distant, secretive, fidgety. Luna could sense something was wrong, something he wasn't telling her. She pushed, he deflected, and the tension spread between them like cracks in glass. They both walked away angry. Hours later, Luna's car was found at the bottom of a ravine. Twisted metal. Shattered glass. A single shoe lying yards away. They never found her body. Police declared her dead within 48 hours. The Forrester family mourned her like one of their own. Lee blamed RJ. Poppy blamed fate. Steffi blamed. Well, usually she blamed hope, but this time she blamed the universe. RJ fell apart. Even Finn, who barely knew Luna, was shaken. But one person, one lone person, didn't believe she was gone. Poppy. And her reason was not grief, not hope, not denial, but fear. Poppy Nozawa had always been a puzzle box wrapped in incense smoke and mystery. She drifted, she meditated, she saged rooms, she whispered about energies and vibes. Anything to distract from the fact that she had spent her life hiding a secret so massive it could destroy them all. And Luna was the beating heart of that secret. For years, Poppy had told everyone that Luna's father was some faceless man from a long-ago romance. A one-night encounter. A fleeting moment of poor judgment she preferred not to discuss. But that story had holes. Giant, gaping holes. Why did she avoid questions? Why did she panic whenever Luna asked? Why did she refuse DNA tests? Why did she always shudder at the name Forrester? People assumed it was because of Bill Spencer. But Bill wasn't the problem. Bill wasn't even in the equation. This wasn't about Spencer blood. It was about Forrester blood. And Poppy had sworn, 25 years ago, that no one, could ever know the truth. Flashback 25 years. A celebration. A rooftop party. Glittering lights of Los Angeles. Music, champagne, and, for some, a little too much champagne. That night, Poppy, young and breathtaking, attended a Forrester event as a guest +1. She had no expectations except to mingle, dance, and maybe flirt with a handsome designer. But she didn't meet a designer. She met a Forrester. And not just any Forrester. A key one. The connection was instant, magnetic, impossible to resist. One stolen kiss on the balcony. One night that neither ever spoke of again. One life created from it. A life named Luna. And Poppy, terrified, fled before morning. She never contacted him again. She never told him about Luna. She never intended to return to Los Angeles. But fate dragged her back anyway. And when Luna fell for RJ, another Forrester, the secret Poppy had buried for decades began clawing its way out of the grave. So when Luna's accident happened, when she vanished, Poppy didn't believe it was random. She believed it was connected. She believed someone knew. She believed the Forresters might be hiding something from her. And she was right. 2 weeks after Luna was declared dead, a woman living in a secluded cabin outside Los Angeles made a call to emergency services. Her voice shook. I found someone unconscious in the forest, a girl. She's hurt. She doesn't know her name. That girl was Luna Nozawa. But she wasn't unconscious anymore. And she had memory loss, just enough to forget the accident, forget RJ, forget her life. But not enough to forget a name. One single name replayed in her mind like a broken record. She didn't know why the name mattered. Only that it did. The woman who rescued her, Eleanor Hart, was a retired nurse with a knack for intuition and an appetite for secrets. When she found papers in Luna's clothing, A torn letter from Poppy referencing a Forrester from years ago. Eleanor knew this wasn't a simple case of a lost girl. This girl was the epicenter of something explosive. So she kept Luna hidden. Protected her. Waited for more signs. Signs that came sooner than she expected. Back in the city, R.J. Forrester was barely functioning. He stopped designing. He stopped eating. He stopped smiling. The rarest, most alarming symptom of all. Hope checked on him. Brooke hugged him. Ridge offered advice disguised as philosophical rambling. But it was Steffi who noticed something off. RJ wasn't just grieving. He wasn't just heartbroken. He was guilty. Steffi approached him one morning in the Forrester office. RJ, look at me. This wasn't just an accident, was it? RJ froze. His eyes flickered. Something inside him cracked. But he still didn't tell her the truth. Because the truth would explode the family apart. When Poppy finally confronted Ridge in front of the entire family, her voice shaking, tears flowing, she revealed the torn piece of paper left behind in Luna's belongings. A part of a letter Ridge once wrote years ago. A letter from the night Poppy vanished. A letter that began with, Poppy, if you ever need me, you know where I am. We made something beautiful that night. Gasps filled the room. Brooke felt faint. Steffi felt murderous. Hope wished she had popcorn. In pure Forrester fashion, chaos erupted immediately. Ridge insisted it couldn't be possible. Poppy insisted it was. Bill Spencer crashed the argument just to add fuel. No one knew the truth. But one thing was certain. Only a DNA test could prove whether Luna was a Forrester. They needed Luna's DNA. But Luna was dead. Except she wasn't. Back in Eleanor's cabin, Luna's memories came rushing back like a tidal wave. RJ. Her internship. Her mother. Her dreams. The accident. And a single memory she had never processed before. A conversation she overheard years ago. Poppy whispering on the phone. I can't tell her. If she finds out she's a Forrester, everything will fall apart. Luna gasped aloud. A Forrester? Huh? Her entire reality shifted. She had to go home. She had to find the truth. She had to tell RJ she was alive. It happened at Forrester Creations during a family meeting. Ridge, Brooke, Steffi, Hope, Finn, Lee, Poppy, all packed into one room arguing about DNA, secrets, and the Nozawa Forrester entanglement. Then the doors opened. And Luna walked in. Alive. Breathing. Crying. The room exploded. Poppy fainted. Brooke screamed. Steffi dropped her tablet. Hope looked like she saw a ghost. Ridge staggered into a chair. Even Eric, watching through video call, nearly threw his iPad. RJ stepped forward slowly, trembling. Luna, is it really you? She ran into his arms. Their reunion ignited fireworks across the city. But the moment lasted only seconds. Because Ridge stepped forward. We need that DNA test. Now. Hours later, the results came in. Everyone gathered. Tension thickened the room. Ridge held the envelope. Poppy whispered a prayer. Luna held RJ's hand. Finally, Ridge opened it. His face went white. Then red. Then pale again. It says, I'm not her father. Poppy gasped in relief. Too much relief. Too suspiciously much. Ridge slowly handed her the paper. Poppy, did you know? Before she could answer, Finn, curious, grabbed the second page. There's a note here. Another relative flagged. A closer match. He read it silently. His eyes widened. It's not Ridge. It's not Thomas. It's not Eric. It's not RJ. He looked up, stunned. The father is. The room exploded louder than ever. Thorne. Not Ridge. Not Eric. Thorne Forrester. Long gone from Los Angeles, living abroad, oblivious to the daughter he had created decades ago. Luna was a Forrester. A real one. Luna wasn't dead. Luna wasn't a Nozawa. Luna wasn't an outsider anymore. She was Luna Forrester, heiress, designer, and suddenly one of the most important members of the dynasty. Thorne returned to Los Angeles within days, emotional and overwhelmed, shocked that the daughter he never knew existed had grown into such a talented and beloved young woman. The embrace between Luna and Thorne healed wounds that had festered for decades. Poppy wept. The Forresters accepted her, most of them. Steffi was cautious. Brooke was confused. Hope was supportive-ish. But RJ? He fell in love with her all over again. Life settled. But answers didn't. Luna still didn't remember how the accident really happened. Until a new memory surfaced. Not an accident. A figure. A car following her. Bright headlights. A voice yelling her name. Someone who wanted to stop her. Someone who didn't want her secret revealed. Someone who... The memory sharpened. And Luna gasped. It wasn't random. Someone caused the crash. Someone in the family. Who? That answer is the cliffhanger. Luna Forrester's return reshapes every corner of Los Angeles. She's alive. She's powerful. She's family. She's a threat to some. A treasure to others. And a mystery to all. With a new father, new identity, and a new destiny. Luna isn't just part of the Forrester legacy. And whoever tried to silence her, they're about to be exposed. The next chapter,